Okay, shalom, shalom, and welcome again to the first day Torah Parashah of Tetzaveh, which is Tetzaveh. You can leave it on if you want. Of Tetzaveh, because somebody's still on there. You can leave that on too if you want, because somebody was still on there too. I don't know. Of Tetzaveh. All right, and of course, Tetzaveh is coming from the and thou shalt command Wa'atha Tetzaveh, and you shall command. See, there's right there. Wa'atha Tetzaveh. All right, Wa'atha Tetzaveh, and you shall command. They have Tetzaveh. Tetzaveh. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and get started with, again, it's about time is once a week, but this Torah portion is every day. And we read the Torah portion every day and try to share it with you. So it's at of course Exodus chapter 27 verse 20 through Exodus chapter 28 verse 12. All right, and so let's go ahead and get started reading. We're gonna just kind of go through this, and we're gonna read what the scripture says in the Torah. And we're gonna kind of explain what it means and everything, and just read the Torah. All right. So now remember, the next new moon is gonna be March 5th, and the new year is gonna be April 4th at sunset. That's the new year. And Passover is gonna be April 18th to April 19th, sunset to sunset. That's the first day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the last day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is going to be April 24th to April 25th. So we're going to begin a reading of Tetzaveh, Exodus chapter 27 verse 20 through Exodus chapter 28 verse 12. All right. Let's go ahead and get started.
Exodus chapter 27 verse 20. Exodus chapter 28 verse 12.
So you can left that on if you want.
And thou shalt command the children of Yashar'Allah.
So this is a command from Yahweh. What's the command? Go ahead.
That they bring unto thee pure olive oil, beaten for the light, to cause a lamp to burn continually.
So the oil is being taken from the olive. All right, the olive, the pure olive oil. Right. So this is olive oil, which is a very good oil. It actually helps to clean your inside. It's excellent for your skin, excellent for your hair. It's excellent for dryness. And once again, it has these omega-3s and 6 inside of it also. And you can drink it internally to help your body internally also, cleanse your body inside, gives you internal nutrition, as well as helping to clean out your digestive system. So the Most High wants this type of oil to be used in the lamp, which is talking about the menorah, the candle, not the candlestick. They translated it candlestick, but it's really more like a lamp, a hollow golden lamp that you would pour oil into, and then you would burn that oil, and it would give a light, bright light throughout the temple. Remember, now this is facing on the south side of the temple, the south side of the tabernacle, rather. All right, go ahead.
And the tent of meeting without the veil, which is before the testimony. Aharon and his sons shall set it in order to burn from evening to morning.
See that? To burn from evening to morning, like we just talked about with time. So this thing is burning all day, in other words. Go ahead.
Before Yahweh. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations on behalf of the children of Yashar'Allah.
Now see how that fits in? We just read about evening to morning, and now we got the same evening and morning, letting you know what? It should be burning all day. All right.
Kal Shara
Debar Yahweh.
Na'isha wa Nashemai.
Na'isha wa Nashemai.
All that Yahweh said.
All that Yahweh said.
What we doing here?
What we doing here? All right, go ahead.
Exodus chapter 28 verse 1. And bring thou near unto thee Aharon thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Yashar'Allah.
Go ahead.
That they may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aharon, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aharon's sons.
So these sons of Aaron were the priests. These are the ones that are going to serve Yahweh as the priest. Only these ones are the priests that are going to minister unto Yahweh in that office, and also dealing with the children of Yasharallah. All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt make holy garments for Aharon thy brother.
So you got to make them what? Holy garments. So all these garments are going to be set apart. These garments are holy, right? These garments are garments that the Most High has us creating and making, so that once again, the Most High wants us to look good doing our office. He wants us to look good doing our job, all right, toward Him. These priests we're talking about also, okay? All of the priests, all right? Naida, all of the priests. All right, go ahead.
For splendor and for beauty.
For what?
For splendor and for beauty.
Read that again, man.
For splendor and for beauty.
So the Most High said for glory, hey, for glory and for beauty. So he said for splendor and for beauty. All right, so these are things that he wants us to create. But he says for splendor and for beauty. All right, meaning he wants you to look good in these things. He wants these things to be like glorious to us. Like Shalom, Karo. He wants these things to be glorious. He wants you in these nice garments, nice material. Read.
Thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted.
All that are what?
Wise-hearted.
All that have been given wisdom. Go ahead.
Whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom.
The Most High fills you with the spirit of wisdom to be creative and to do these things. Read. That
they make Aharon's garments to sanctify him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office.
So the Most High only want these people that were walking in the spirit of wisdom to have a part in doing these things. Only the people that were upright before the Most High took place in doing these things, man. So when you're doing the work of the Most High, you can't be on the fence. Hey, Shalom, Trayvon, you can't be on the fence. When you're doing these things, you have to be totally. When you're doing these things, you have to be totally set up, totally in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man, or it ain't gonna work like it's supposed to. All right, go ahead.
And these are the garments.
Your verses and stuff.
Exodus chapter 28, verse 4. And these are the garments which they shall make.
Go ahead.
A breastplate and an ephod.
A breastplate and an ephod. All right, go ahead.
And a robe and a tunic of checker.
So a breastplate, okay, that went on the garment, and then the ephod over top of the shoulders, and the long garment draping from the front to the back, what you may call almost like a tabard nowadays. And then the embroidered coat, which is a garment that has embroidery. All right, it has embroidery on it. Go ahead.
And of checker work.
All right, go back to embroidered. Or go back to robe, actually.
And a robe and a tunic of checker work.
All right, so you got the outer, and then you got the under, and you got the outer, like a tunic. And then you have a robe that went over, and that was kind of like sleeveless. All right, one of them was like a habergeon. All right, go ahead.
A mitre and a girdle, and they shall make holy garments for Aharon thy brother and his sons.
So you would make, a mitre, which is the mitre, what you call a turban, a montezan pot. All right, go ahead.
That he may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take the gold and the blue and the purple and the scarlet and the fine linen, and they shall make the ephod of gold.
So these are the gold, the blue, and the well, you know what the gold is, but then when you get into the blue and you get into the purple and you get into the scarlet, these are dyes that were very expensive, that was worth their weight in gold. And we have to keep repeating that, because these things were not just, you can go and get a blue fabric, or you can go and get a purple fabric. These are things that you had to use through very tedious and very laborious techniques in order for these things to be mixed with the fabric to give a different color. Very expensive, very costly, very technical process. Go ahead.
Of blue and purple, scarlet and fine twined linen.
And of course, the blue represents the commandments. All right. The purple represents the royalty and the riches, and then of course the red represents the covenant and represents sacrifice. All right, go ahead.
the work of the skillful workman. It shall have 2 shorter pieces joined to the 2 ends thereof, and it may be joined together.
Go ahead.
And the skillfully woven band, which is upon it, wherewith to gird it on.
That's talking about the girdle to hold everything in place, like a thick piece of material, all right, that was really, really nicely embroidered, hand embroidered. And you would put that, the priest would put that around his waist. Go ahead.
Shall be like the work thereof, and of the same piece, of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet.
So this is like a gold, what they do? It's like a gold thread, man. It's like gold thread. They had thin gold thread. Check that out. So we were not running through the desert in like little sackcloths. All right, read.
And fine twined linen, and thou shalt make and thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, engrave on them the names of the children of Yashar'Allah.
So the onyx stone was probably the black onyx stone, which is like the black stone right here, all right, like a black stone right there, all right, onyx. That's onyx stone. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's onyx right there, all right, the black stone right there. That's onyx. So they took that onyx stone and they would engrave the names of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
6 of their names on the one stone.
Go ahead.
And the names of the 6 that remain on the other stone, according to their birth.
So they put the names on the stones according to the birth of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones, according to the name of the children of Yashar'Allah. Thou shalt make them to be enclosed in settings of gold.
Now, when we did these 12 names, Levi was on there and Joseph was on there. Joseph was considered to be one tribe for most intents and purposes. When you get into the inheritance of land, now Ephraim and Joseph divided up. They split up. Right? But when we go into Revelation, when we go into Ezekiel, and we see about the 12 gates, and we see about the 12 gates, Joseph has his own gate. And Levi has a gate. All right, let's go there real quick. Let me go there real quick. You stay where you are. Let's go into the book of Ezekiel. All right. Now of course we have the different borders. All right. But when we go into Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 31, we see that there's on the north side, we have the gate of Reuben, Judah, and Levi. On the east side, we have the gate of Joseph, Benjamin, and Dan. Why has Dan got a gate? Because Dan's still around. All right, now on the south side, we have Issachar, Zebulun, and Simeon. And on the west side, we have Asher, Gad, Asher, and Naphtali. So Levi has a gate in the city, and Joseph has a gate in the city also. 2 tribes that you normally don't see listed with the children of Israel for certain purposes, especially for inheritance. You don't see Joseph listed for inheritance because he's broken up into 2 tribes, which is Ephraim and Manasseh. And you don't see Levi listed for inheritance. Why? Because the scripture says that Yahweh said that he is his inheritance, and the temple is his domain, and 2,000 cubits, okay, roughly about 3,000, I believe 3,000 feet. Was it 1,000 cubits? I think it was about maybe 1,000 cubits outside of every city, which is about 1,500 feet. All right, a little over a quarter mile around every city was given to the Levites, all right, to live in and to build their own little dwelling places. And even now, the Haitians, they like to be away from everybody. The Haitians don't just mix up with everybody. They like to live apart. They like to live amongst their own people, all right? You have a Haitian that's a Catholic, a Haitian that's a Jehovah's Witness, and a Haitian that's an Israelite, and they get along perfectly. You can't find that with no other tribe. You can't find no other tribe that's a Jehovah's Witness, a Catholic, and a practicing Israelite, and they just can get along fairly well, especially if they were raised and born in Haiti. Now, you Levites that's born in America, you may be a different ball game, right? But the ones that's from Haiti, that know the Haitian Levite struggle and they come to America, nah, they're gonna stay together. All right, they're gonna stay together. So that's just, you know, how Levi is, and that's how the Most High created him. So Levi has his own gate into the city, as well as Joseph. So we just wanted to bring that out real quick to show that, you know, Levi is one of the sons of Israel. So he has a stone on these pouches too. All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt
I'm saying he has a name on these stones too. Call your verse.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 12.
And
thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the shoulder pieces of the ephod, to be stones of memorial for the children of Yasha'Allah.
Good.
And Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh upon his 2 shoulders for a memorial.
Now, when it says of the engraver, that means that it was kind of, you know, engraved into. That's how the engraver. And also, it may be talking about it was engraved backward, like the scripture says, a signet ring. So your signet, let's say your name is let's say you know, whatever your name is, your name was carved into something, but it was carved backwards, so that when you had a wax seal that you put your name into, it would be both raised and it would be written in the proper direction. Like when you look at a mirror, if you something backwards, you put it up to a mirror, it's going to read the right way. Same thing with the engraving. When you had your seal, you would write it backwards, and then you would stamp it, and then it would be raised up, and it would be facing the right direction. Now, from what we know, Josephus tells us that these 2 stones, when you went into the temple, they would light up. When you asked the Most High a question, the priest would talk to Yahweh, and then Yahweh would cause them things to light up once or light up twice. The left one would light up, or the right one would light up, or both of them would light up together, in order for the Most High to give to give an answer and to give a a reply to whatever was being asked. All right. Shalom Cletus. Shalom Shaila. Spears due early. All right. Shalom Lakaz Zakwan. Ra'ash Zakwan Shapat. Nathanya Allah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. All right. So hey, guess what? We're getting better and better at this. On the Shabbat, we're going to go into a little bit of details about all of these clothing things. Now, allegedly, the ephod was a short, close-fitting coat that was worn around the body under the arms, and it had straps on the shoulders to keep it in place. All right. Now, about the band, that's what we can call the the girdle. All right. So that girdle is something that we had. All right. So, man, this is we can't even really describe these things anymore. You got to really see them to appreciate the beauty of it. So I would encourage everybody to just do research. Do research on the priest garments. You're going to see different things. Research what Josephus says. Research, what you find on the internet. But I would encourage everybody to actually go out and look at these things, to research these things. But the priests had on long garments before the Most High. They didn't have on suits. They didn't have on T-shirts. They didn't have on, jeans. All right. They had on actual long linen tunics. They had long linen tunics on. All right. So these are the things that we need to get back into, dressing the way that we are supposed to dress as Hebrew men, as Israelite men. All right. So that's pretty much it for today. Remember, Passover, the next new moon is going to be March 5th. The new year is going to be April 4th, sunset to sunset. The first day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is going to be April 18th to April 19th, sunset to sunset. And the last day of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, is going to be April 24th to April 25th. May the Most High Yahweh be with you. In the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. See you tomorrow. I love you. Hallelujah. The breastplate, devil, onyx stone.